Hi, my name is Bill. I apologize for sweating a little bit. We just got done with a good training session. So, I have a dog named Noodle. She's a 3.5-year-old German Shepherd. I adopted her just over a month ago from the Virginia German Shepherd Rescue. And at the time I adopted her, first, she's a great dog, but I noticed a little bit of aggression towards strangers in public. Nothing that I perceived as really dangerous, but growling and barking if they would approach too closely. She was still easy to control, but it was something that I wanted to correct because, frankly, I want her to enjoy being out around strangers, and I want them to enjoy coming up and petting her, and I wanted to socialize her a little bit more. I don't know much about her history, so I don't have a lot of info about what she went through before coming into the rescue. But I contacted On Command K9 and immediately got a call back or a text back from Ishan.
It was wonderful meeting Mr. Bell through Noodle, and he really put in a lot of effort. So the improvement we are seeing in his dog aren't just because of the techniques I provided, but also because of his dedication.
And we arranged for some one-on-one training. So right now we're not putting Noodle into group classes yet. That's her name. We're not putting her in group classes yet. We're doing some one-on-one training, and we're meeting every 1 to 2 weeks. That's been our cadence so far. We just had our third meeting, and we've really worked on a lot of basic obedience, and it's becoming more advanced as we go. But the method behind the madness is that with more obedience training, she becomes better socialized. And I'm really noticing that in all the outings that we go to. I'm noticing that she's more comfortable around people in public. Little things, for example, like growling at people at a drive-through window. That is completely stopped, and she's very calm and relaxed when we pull through, say, the Chick-fil-A drive-through now. So I'm really noticing a big difference on those things. But I'm also noticing a significant difference in the bond between me and Noodle, right? We're just becoming closer and closer as we do all this training. But it's not something that we only do on training days when we meet with Ishan, right? It's something that we do on a repetitive basis. So every day we take at least a few minutes to work on skills. And every time we meet with Ishan, there are particular new skills that we learn. Those are the skills that we'll work on for the following week or for the following 2 weeks. So figure 10, 15 minutes every day. A lot of times I take Noodle to the dog park, let her run, chase a ball, get her exercise, and we'll work on training there at the dog park. It's generally quiet, nobody else is around, and it gives us a good chance to work in an outdoor setting and do lots of the techniques that Ishan has shown us.
When I first evaluated Noodle, I noticed that she barks a bit to protect her own space and seems uncomfortable when I approach her. This kind of behavior isn't necessarily high level aggression. It's actually pretty common in dogs that haven't been socialized early on, and it can get a bit more pronounced over time. So the dog can become what we call aggressive. There are different levels of aggression: low, medium, and high. The higher levels can be quite dangerous, but the lower and the medium levels are more about self protection and protecting their territory. And if the dog feels concerned, it might bite, but as long as you don't make them uncomfortable, they usually won't attack. So I believe Noodle's behavior comes from fear. And I think if we keep working on obedience and training and socializing her more outside, she'll get better and better.
So I've really enjoyed it so far. At some point, we'll start putting her into some group classes. We'll probably start working on some fun things like scent work and maybe some agility if she's ready for it. But I really feel like doing what we've been doing, particularly one-on-one, has helped to give a really good baseline of obedience training, and it continues to develop. And frankly, it's fun to watch her learn. She's very smart, so it's fun to watch how quickly she picks up on the new things that we teach her each week. So I'm having a really good time. It's something I've really seen significant benefits. One, in my enjoyment in playing with Noodle, and I think her enjoyment in playing with me, but also just in our interactions with the public and my confidence in taking her places and not being worried that she's going to be aggressive or bark or make people nervous. So it's really been great.
Right now, everything is going really well. And if he continues to follow my advice, I'm sure it will get even better.